Happy Monday, everyone. It's nice to be back. We had last Monday off. I was actually in Tennessee. Yes. I know, William, I was so close. All right, if everyone can come into their comfortable seat. We're gonna do some shifting side to side to find our sit bones on the mat. Let your spine flow side to side, lifting up one side and then letting it gently come back down. As we move. Now start to narrow this side to side movement. And start to come to where you're sitting a little bit taller, a little bit more centered. Think about lining your shoulders up over your hips. Think about lengthening your spine up to the ceiling. Take a big inhale. I want you to feel, actually put your hands on your stomach. Feel your belly expand. Breathe in a little bit more. Hold the air in at the top. And then exhale. And as you exhale, you're blowing out a candle, you're contracting your torso, you're squeezing everything in, pushing out all that air. Breathe in again. Big, deep belly breath. Filling up your rib cage, your chest, your whole entire torso with air. Hold it at the top. And then exhale everything out. One more long, deep breath. Feel everything expand, feel everything get bigger. And then exhale it all out. Return your breathing to normal. Let your hands rest on your knees or your thighs. And I want you to bring your chest forward so there's a little bit of an arch in your spine, kind of like a cow spine. And then come over to the right. And then contract like a cat spine. And come over to the left. So we're making some circles. But still keeping our spine fluid. Inhale as you come forward of your legs. And exhale as you go back. The next time you're at the front, we're going to switch directions. Moving slowly. Moving around. One more time. And then come to your straight position again. Bring your shoulders up to your ears. Breathe in. Exhale, let them melt down your back. Inhale your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale them down your back. One more time, bring them all the way up to your ears. Hold them up there. And then drop them down. Gently drop your chin to your chest. And then look all the way straight up and back. And bring your chin back down to your chest. And up and back. And now look right through center to the left. Look right through center to the left. And now tick tock right ear through center to the left ear. One more time. Let your fingertips come down to the mat. Walk them out. Come up onto your fingertips like a tent. Reach your right arm up. Breathe in and then exhale over to the left. Breathe into this side stretch. See if you can get a little bit deeper. Lengthening out. And then float the right hand all the way down to the mat. Reach the left arm up and bend over to the right. Breathe here. Feel the stretch through your underarm, through your side body. Make sure your hip is staying on the mat. And then float it back up to center. Bring your arms out in front, interlace your fingers, flip your palms, press. Notice if your shoulders drew up, and drop up down. And now see if you can figure eight your hands, maybe playing with your wrists a little bit, keeping your fingers attached or letting them loosen, whatever feels good for you, but get some movement through your arms and through your wrists. We'll move into our tabletop position, nice and slow. And you guys are all spread out, but it just came up a silly thunderstorm here out of nowhere. Spread your fingers, line your hands up under your shoulders, your knees up under your hips, look between your legs, make sure you can't see your feet. And now we will do a cat-cow. So drop your belly, open your heart, big cow spine. Exhale, lift your belly button up to your spine, round your back, crown of the head to the floor. Inhale, roll forward, nice and slow. Exhale, round. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Come back to neutral. Reach your right foot back behind you, pressing your toes into the mat. Start to rock back and forth on your toes. Oh, that was a big pop. All right, and now with your toes on the floor, your left shin, you're gonna cat-cow here. So open and exhale. Just keeping our spines nice and loose. Open and exhale. Draw the right knee in, extend the left leg behind you, rock back and forth. Stretching out your calf. And then come to that center place, drop your belly, open your heart, big inhale, and exhale, round your spine. So your legs straight back behind you. You're pressing with all 5 toes into the mat. Feel your muscles in your legs activate. And then come back to neutral. So we're gonna reach our left leg back out again. We're gonna turn our right shin 90 degrees. And we're gonna come into a supported side angle. Exactly. Now think about, bring your left arm so it's parallel with the floor out in front of you towards the window. No, towards the windows. Yes. Now notice if you sunk back. So see if you can pull your hip forward, line your shoulder up, nice, press into the outer edge of your foot. Now open that arm up to the ceiling. Beautiful alignment. From here, we're gonna reach our arm over our head towards the front of your mat and lift your left leg at the same time, if that's feasible. And then put the left leg down, arm back up to the ceiling. Lift the leg, reach forward, and then float the leg down, hand back up to the ceiling. One more time now that we got it. Reach the arm forward, nice. And bring the left hand down. Come back to tabletop. We're gonna peel the left arm up to the ceiling, and then exhale, thread the needle. Come all the way down to your left ear. Press onto the outer edge of your left shoulder, feeling your spine start to twist. Press your shins into the mat so you get nice and deep. Maybe you walk your right arm forward or bring your right arm into a half bind. Uncurl. Come back to tabletop. Reach your right leg behind you. Turn your left shin. Yep. And come into your supported side angle on the other side. So bring your top leg closer towards the door wall. Yep, perfect. Reach that arm up. Now reach your arm towards the door out in front of you. Line yourself up. Turn your top hip so it's on top. Stack your shoulders And then when you feel aligned, lift your right arm back up to the ceiling. Take a breath here. Now we're going to do that reach and extend. So we're going to reach our arm overhead, lift our back leg up. And then return our leg to the ground, arms there. Lift and reach. And lower. One more time, lift and reach. And lower. Come back to tabletop, lower your right hand. And then peel your right arm up. Exhale underneath. Coming into the threaded needle twist. Get onto the outer edge of your right shoulder. You can walk your left fingertips forward or bring them around for the bind. Your choice. And then unwind. Come back to tabletop. Turn your fingers towards the outer edges of your mat. Do a little rock side to side. Turn your fingertips towards your knees. Do a little rock forward and back. And then walk your hands just a little bit forward so you can curl your toes and come into your first downward facing dog. Now, I always need to realign myself on my mat and somehow end up in a little bit of a diagonal. You want to be straight down your mat. Your hands should be equal distance from the center. Your feet should be equal distance from the center. Press into your pointer finger, your thumb, all of your fingertips. Lengthen your arms, rotate your upper arm bones forward, let your heels reach back down towards the mat. Breathe in and relax. Nice. Reach your right leg up behind you, nice and high. Draw the right knee into the nose and slide your right foot up between your hands. Lower your left knee down, untuck your left toes, reach your arms all the way up. From here, you're going to press down through your left shin. Feel a stretch through this whole left front hip. Bring your hands back behind your head, taking a tiny little back bend. Notice that you have to press down through your right foot also. And then reach back up. Pull down, take a little back bend. Maybe your hips sink just a bit forward. And then reach up. One more time, pull down. And reach up. We're going to reach our arms forward, shift our hips back, straighten our right leg. Maybe lift your right toes up to the ceiling. Beautiful. Lengthen your spine, and on your next exhale, round forward. Now my hip tends to always shift to one side, so I'm going to pull my hips back towards the center of my mat. And now roll back onto your right foot, curl your left toes, and step back to downward facing. Breathe here. Think about lengthening your spine, strengthening your legs. Put your left leg up behind you, draw your left knee all the way in, slide it up between your hands. You're in your low lunge. Lower your right knee down, untuck your toes, lift yourself up. Find that stretch through the front of the right hip. Drop your left hip down. You're pressing into your right shin and your left toes. Pull your hands down behind your head. Slightly gaze forward and up. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, pull down, maybe add a little bit of a back bend. Inhale, reach up. One more time, pull down. And then inhale, reach up.
Reach forward, straightening your left leg, pointing your left toes up to the ceiling. So my hips automatically went to the right. So I'm consciously thinking about pulling my left hip back. Nice long spine, and then exhale, fold forward. Roll back into your low lunge. Step back into your downward facing dog. Breathe here. Put the right leg up behind you. Step the right foot all the way forward. Lower your left knee down. Untuck the toes. Reach your arms up overhead. Bring your right hand to the outer edge of your right hip, and now reach over to the right with your left arm. Check your hips. Press down into the mat with your foot and your shin. Feel your inner thighs start to get active at the same time. You're getting a deep stretch through the side of your body. Reach back up, reach your right arm up, bring your left hand down by your left side, and notice how when you bend to the left, it feels very different. You're moving your center of your gravity in a very, very different way. Come back up, reach your arms up, start to shift your hips back. Straightening your front leg, flexing your right toes, coming back into that deep stretch through the back of your right leg. You come a little bit deeper. Maybe you're using blocks. You can lower the setting a little bit. And then roll back into your low lunge. Step back into your downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here in your down dog. Think about lengthening your spine. Reach your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, slide it all the way forward. Lower your right knee down, untuck your toes, reach your arms out and up. Start to find that balance, the engagement between your inner thighs. Bring your left hand down by the outer edge of your left thigh. Reach your right arm up, bend over to the left. And then come up to center, reach your left arm up. Bring your right arm down by your right leg. And reach over to the right, noticing the big shift in the center, where your hips go, where your line of gravity goes, and see if you can correct that back. And then come back to center. Float your fingertips forward as you stretch your left leg, getting deep into that hamstring muscle. Lengthen your spine. And then roll forward, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Pause here. Look forward at your hands, and we're going to slowly walk our feet up to meet our hands. Coming into our first forward fold. Let your head hang heavy. Reach for opposite elbows. Sway gently side to side. And now start to roll up, 1 vertebra at a time. Slowly coming all the way up. Head coming up last. Lining your ankles, your knees, and your shoulders all the way up. I was very tipped forward. Sometimes you can feel it, sometimes you can see it. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Put your right leg up, step your right leg up between your hands. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale your hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. Put your left leg up. Step forward. High lunge. Put both hands down. Step back to plank. Hold your plank. Our first one, we will all lower our knees, untuck our toes, bend our elbows, lower our chest and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Look forward at your hands and float or walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, palms touch. Exhale your hands down by your side. Breathe in, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Stretch your entire body. Put your right leg up behind you, bend your right knee, slide your right foot up between your hands, low lunge. Reach out and up, high lunge. Straighten your front leg. Bend back down. Straighten your front leg. Bend back down. One more time. Straighten. And then float your fingertips down. Step back to downward facing dog. Put your left leg up behind you. Draw your left leg to your knee. Slide your left foot up in between your hands. Low lunge. Reach on up. High lunge. Straighten your left leg. Bend your left leg. I'm not balanced on this side today. It happens, straighten your left leg. And bend one more time. Straighten. And bend. Hands down. Step back to plank. Your version of your vinyasa. If you're ready to go halfway down to chaturanga, you absolutely may do so. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Look forward at your hands and float or walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way out, palms touch. And exhale your hands down by your side. One more. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Put your right leg up behind you, draw the right knee in towards your chest, slide the right foot up between your hands. You're in your low lunge. Reach your arms out and up, high lunge. Straighten your right leg. Bend it back down. Straighten, squeeze your inner thighs, square your hips to the front of the mat. One more time. And now when we straighten, we're going to turn our left heel down, bring it in just a little bit, and hinge forward, coming into a pyramid pose. So if you have blocks, you're more than welcome to use them. If not, you can bring your hands to your shin, or maybe your fingertips reach all the way down to the floor. Square your hips off, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, let your head fold forward. Breathe here. Bend your front knee, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Nice. Put your left leg up behind you, draw your left knee into your chest, slide your left foot up between your hands. Low lunge. Rise on up, high lunge. Square your hips, straighten your front leg, melt back down. Straighten your front leg, melt back down. One more time, straighten your front leg and melt back down. Now, when we straighten our front leg, we're going to turn our back leg down, hopping it in just a little bit. It's not a graceful move. Reach your spine forward, nice and long. And then bring your hands down to the floor or down to blocks. Think about keeping your hips nice and even. Lengthening your spine. And on your next exhale, fold forward, letting your knee come to your nose come to your knee. Let your head hang heavy. Slow breaths. And then bend your left leg, plant your hands, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Three long, slow breaths. Deep inhales, make sure you're pressing into all of your hands. And on your next exhale, gaze forward and float your feet up towards your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way out and up to stand, palms touch. Exhale your hands down by your side. All right, let's do a little bit of balancing before we move into our standing flow. So go ahead and come to a point where it's really warm in here tonight. I don't know if it's humid. Yeah, go ahead. I don't know.
It's like, I think it's not what I close the people.
Go ahead and find your balance between 2 feet. See if you can get your hips parallel. The outer edges of your feet should be parallel, so they might feel a little bit of pigeon toe. That is normal. We're going to shift our weight onto our left foot and come up onto our right toes. It's been very humid, but maybe the rain will help cool it off. So when you're up on your right toes, then I want you to start to lift your right knee up to hip height. So your arms are down by your side. Or you could have gone that way. You're balancing on one leg. Now see if you can bring your arms into a T. And then can you bring them all the way up overhead? Keeping your arms up overhead, can you open your knee out to the right? Your foot is just hanging there right now. Now, no matter where your foot is, without touching it, without reaching down, I want you to place your right foot on your left leg. So you're in a tree pose. It's very precarious because our arms are up in the air. Now you can go ahead and bring your arms all the way down, readjust your foot if that suits you. Bring your hands back to your hips and start again from here. Nice. Bring your hands back to heart center. And then reach them up to the sky. Think about lengthening your tailbone. Getting nice and tall, shoulders relaxed. All right, so your arms are up overhead. Draw your knee towards the front. Flex your foot, kick your foot out and away from you. And then float your right foot down. Hands come down by your side. Go ahead and shake that out. This is knocking on heaven's door. I couldn't remember the name of it a couple weeks ago. It's one of my favorite, like in between. Just let it all go. All right, so we're back to standing parallel. We're going to shift our weight into our right leg this time. Come up on the left toes. Hang out here, find your balance, okay? Breathe in nice and slow. Now start to peel that foot up off the ground, lifting your right knee up. Bring your arms out into your T position. Find your balance here, find your comfort. And then reach your arms up overhead, changes your balance, changes your center point. And now open your leg out to the left. Again, messing with your balance. Take your left foot and stick it on your right leg wherever it is. Wherever it is. Now go ahead and reach down. Bring that foot up higher into a fuller tree position if that suits you. Now remember, your foot can be anywhere on your standing leg. So it could be at the ankle, be at the calf, just not on the knee. Find something to stare at. I know, it's weird. Some days our balance is great, some days we're just like, don't know what happened. Reach your arms up. One more breath. Bring your knee towards the front of your mat, flex your foot, extend your leg out in front. And exhale everything down, nice. Right, balancing is good. It's about helping you with your center, your balance is gonna help you as we all get older every day, and so all of this helps every single day. All right, let's build a nice, lovely standing flow tonight. So we're gonna come to the tops of our mat. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Go through your vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, or skip it all together. And we will meet in downward facing dog. 2 breaths here in our down dog. And then float your right leg up behind you. Draw the right knee into the chest, slide the right foot all the way up between your hands. You're in a low lunge. Come up onto your fingertips so you can find some space in your chest. And then turn the left heel down. Pressing into the outer edge of the left foot, I want you to reach the left arm and cartwheel yourself up into a warrior 2. Notice if your right knee is over towards your right pointer toe, you want to be able to see your big toe, your arms are reaching straight out. Turn your palms up to the ceiling and then let them come back down to the ground. We're going to straighten our right leg and flap our hands overhead. And then exhale, melt back down. Lengthen and straighten. Exhale, melt back down. One more time, lengthen and straighten. Exhale, melt back down. Bring your right palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come all the way through to side angle, bringing your right forearm to your right thigh, reaching your left arm up and over. Breathe. Back to warrior 2, straighten your leg, turn your toes to the long side of your mat, arms touch overhead, hands come down through heart center, big forward fold. Make all the way down, fingertips on the mat. And then bring your hands to your hips, lengthen your back, squeeze your glutes. Come all the way back up, arms to the sky, and now warrior 2 to the back of the mat. Bring your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your left leg, peaceful triangle. And now hinge all the way towards the back, bringing your left hand down, right arm up. You got it. Nice. Bring your right hand down to the floor and start to walk yourself all the way around to a low lunge at the front of your mat. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Go to your version of your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. 2 long, slow breaths here. Put your left leg up behind you, draw your left knee in, slide your left foot coming all the way into your low lunge. Come up onto your fingertips, reach your right leg back, find some space. Turn your right heel down, reach your right arm, cartwheel yourself up into your warrior 2. Check in with your left knee and your left big toe. You should be able to see your left big toe, maybe your left pointer toe, but no more than that. Reach your arms out, turn your palms up, let your shoulders relax, and then turn your palms back down. Straighten your leg, arms touch overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Lengthen and straighten, arms touch overhead. Exhale, melt back down. One more time, lengthen, reach up. Exhale, melt back down. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come all the way through to side angle, left forearm on left thigh, reach your right arm up and over. Breathe here. Come back to your warrior two, straighten your leg, turn your toes to the long side of your mat, bring your arms overhead, draw your hands down through center, lengthen your spine, exhale, hinge forward, flat back. Reaching all the way down, stretching through your lower back, your hips. And then straighten back. Come all the way back up, squeeze your glutes. Warrior two to the back of your mat. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your right leg, squeeze and engage your inner thighs. Reach your right arm towards the back, all the way down, coming into triangle pose. Left arm up, right arm down. And now cartwheel your left hand down as you start to walk your torso all the way towards the front of your mat, coming into a low lunge. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathing nice and slow here. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Put your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee into your chest, slide your right foot up between your, up onto your toes, finding space here. Turn your left heel down, reach your left arm out, cartwheel yourself up into your warrior two. Rotate your palms. And then straighten your leg. Exhale, melt back down. Straighten your leg. Exhale, melt back down. One more time, straighten. And melt back down. We're going to turn ourselves into a high lunge. So lift your left heel up, bringing your arms up by your ears. And now start to reach forward, lifting your back leg to come into a warrior three. Left leg back, think about dropping that left hip down. Hands could be at heart center, back behind you, or on blocks of the floor. And then bend your front leg, coming back into a high lunge. Open back into a warrior two. Pause here. Bring your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come all the way through to your side angle. Back to your warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Turn your toes. Draw your hands down through center as you hinge forward. Letting your hands come down to the mat. Maybe this time they reach for your ankles. You draw your elbows away from you, reaching your crown of the head closer to the floor. Start to straighten the spine. Engage the glutes, lift all the way up. Warrior two to the back of the mat. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your left leg, peaceful triangle. Lengthen and reach towards the back, coming into triangle. Right arm up, left arm down. Open your heart, line your hips up. Feel a big twist. Nice, and now bring your right hand down and slowly walk your torso all the way back to the front. Coming into your low lunge. Step your right foot back into plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Other side. Put your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee into your chest, slide your left foot all the way forward. Come up onto your toes, find some space. And then turn your right heel down, cartwheel yourself up into your warrior two. Lengthen and straighten. Exhale back down. Flip your palms to the ceiling, I forgot that. We'll do it out of order. Reach up. And melt back down. One more time, reach up. And melt back down. So now to high lunge, we're gonna lift our right heel, bring our hands up by our ears. We're in our high lunge. Square your hips to the front of your mat. And now start to shift your weight into your left foot. Bringing your right foot in a little bit until you feel like you're at a place where you can lift it off the ground. Arms can reach out in front of you. You can bring them to heart center, or you can reach them back behind you, or to blocks. Whatever works for you tonight. Reaching back. And then bend the left knee. Coming back into your high lunge. Opening into warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. All the way through to side angle. Back up, straighten your legs, palms overhead, draw your hands to heart center, hinge forward. Think about lifting that belly button up, lengthening your tailbone. Bring your hands all the way down to the mat, to your ankles. Maybe this time you hook your fingers around your big toe. Creating a bind. And let's engage your legs, hinge all the way back up. Turn your right toes to the back of your mat, come into warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your right leg. Hinge towards the back, coming into triangle, left arm up, right arm down. Straight legs. And then left hand comes down and you walk along the long side of your mat, coming back into that low lunge at the front of your mat. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Beautiful. Put your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee into your chest. Slide the right foot up between your hands. Find that space in your low lunge. And then turn your left heel down. Cartwheel yourself all the way up into your warrior two. Bend, lift and straighten. Bend and melt. Lift and straighten. Your spine nice and straight. Your shoulders relaxed. One more. Come all the way down. Come back into your high lunge. Start to shift your weight into your front foot, coming into your warrior three. Flex your left foot. Try and keep your hips in line. And then bend your right knee, coming back into your high lunge. Cartwheel yourself open to warrior two. Breathe here. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come through to side angle. Let your hips sink down. Back up to your warrior two. Turn your toes to face the long side of your mat. This time bring your heels in, sink into your goddess pose. And breathe. Warrior two to the back of your mat. Bring your left palm up, exhale back. Peaceful warrior. Straighten your left leg. Hinge to the back of your mat, coming into triangle. Reaching your right arm up. We're gonna bring our right arm down, we're gonna walk around to the front of our mat. This time, we're gonna keep both hands on the inside of the right leg, so we're coming into a lizard pose. Feel free to lower your left knee down to the mat. If that feels better for you, maybe you bring your forearms onto a block, maybe you can come all the way down. Roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. And then roll the sole of the foot back down to the ground. So open, close, open, and close. Back up onto your hands. Walk your hand to the outside so your right foot is centered. And then bend and relax your left leg. 3 times. And keeping that left leg lifted, maybe you can reach around with your right arm and experiment at finding hold onto that left leg. Sit your hips, open your chest, take a little bit of a left leg. And then release, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathe nice and slow. Realign, reset. Put your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee into your chest. Slide the left foot forward. Coming up onto your fingertips in your low lunge. Bring your right heel down. Cartwheel yourself up. Warrior 2. Straighten your left leg. Exhale, melt back down. Straighten your left leg, hands touch overhead. Exhale, melt back down. One more time, lengthen and straighten. Exhale, melt back down. Rotate onto your back toes, coming into high lunge. And now start to shift your weight into your left foot, coming into your warrior 3. Flex your right toes. Try and keep your hips square, reach your arms forward. And then bend the left knee. Bring back into high lunge, open into warrior 2. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Bring all the way through to side angle. And then come back up. Turn your right heel in, coming into goddess. Sitting down. Maybe swaying your hips side to side. Feeling nice and good, nice and juicy. And then warrior 2 to the back of the mat. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your right leg, reach forward. Coming into triangle. Left arm up. Breathe here. Engage your inner thighs. Bring your left hand down, slowly walk yourself all the way around, coming into lizard. So both hands are inside your left foot. You can lower your right knee down if that feels better, untuck the toes. Keep your heart and chest lifted or start to melt down. Bringing your forearms down to the mat or down to blocks. And then roll onto the outer edge of your left foot and then plant your left foot back down. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot, plant your left foot back down. One more time, roll to the outer edge. Plant your left foot back down. Lift your torso up. And bend your right foot, extend. 2 more times. One more time. Now reach your left arm back. See if you can find your right foot. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Just explore what's available. And then release the left hand. Coming back into your low lunge. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Walk your feet to the center of your mat. And walk your hands close to your feet and sit yourself down into a Malasana squat. So if you can keep your heels on the floor, great. If you can't, no worries. We want to work on opening our hips and finding the strength and flexibility to stand back up from here. And then exhale, melt yourself all the way back down. And then press and stand all the way up. Now you have a choice. You can continue to do this, or if you want to practice crow, you can go ahead and take a few breaths here, coming into your crow pose, or just stay in your squat. See if you can squeeze your legs in. Almost fell. It's okay, didn't happen. Get right back up again. You'll fall 9 times, you'll get up 10. It's a practice. Make sure you're using your core strength. And then wherever you are, roll onto your bum, whether it's from crow or from squat, and reach your legs out in front of you. I'm going to turn to face you. Slide your right foot up. Sit up nice and tall. Hook your left arm around your right leg. Bring your right hand behind you. Lift and straighten. Look over your right shoulder. If you can, bring your right hand to your left hip. But keep your spine nice and straight. I don't want you slouching. I want you sitting up gloriously tall. And then unwind. Let your knee open to the right. Reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Coming over the right leg. Let your elbows and shoulders relax. And then roll all the way back up. Extend your right leg out in front of you. Give them a little shake. And now draw that left knee in. Sit up nice and tall. Lift your right elbow around your left knee and sweep the left arm behind you. Opening through your heart and your chest. Big inhale. Exhale it all out. And maybe you can take the half bind, reaching back, making sure your spine is still tall. And then release forward, let your left knee fall open, reach your right arm up, exhale, fold forward. Breathing in and breathing out. And slowly roll up, extend the left leg out in front of you. Give them both a little shake. Bring your feet to the floor. And we're going to roll back nice and slow. Engaging the belly. 1 vertebra at a time. I think we're on 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Head all the way down on the mat. Arms are out to the side. We're going to extend both legs up to the ceiling. Notice that you don't want your hips up, you want them both on the ground. Then we're going to drop the left leg down, lift it up, drop the right leg down, squeeze and lift it up. We're going to do 3 on each side. And 1 more each side. And then draw the knees into the chest, drop them both over to the right, coming into a reclined twist. Opening your arms up, deepening the stretch through your chest. And then come back through center. Drop both legs over to the left, look to the right. Breathe nice and slow. And then come back to center. Place your left foot on the ground, place your right ankle on your left knee, reach behind your left thigh, coming into a reclined figure four. Opening up your hip. Send both legs up to the sky. Bring your left ankle on your right knee. And draw the right thigh closer to you. Extend both legs up to the ceiling, give them a little shake. If there's anything else you want to take, half baby, or twist, anything at all like that, you can go ahead and do that now as we move into our Shavasana. You're going to extend one leg and then the other away from you. Nice and slow. One arm and then the other away from you. Let your body get heavy and sink into your mat. Let your eyes get heavy. Let back get heavy. Let your neck and shoulders get heavy. Let your chest get heavy. Your back, your torso, let it all go. And all relax. Hips, your thighs. Let it release. Your knees, your calves, your feet. Moving into your stillness and your silence. I'm not here in the room with me. You are more than welcome to stay in your Shavasana. If you're ready to join me in coming out, fingers, and your toes. Take a big stretch. And then slowly roll on the side. Pausing and taking your time on your side. Nobody should be in a rush. You're ready, come up into your seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. Bring one hand to your arm, hand to your torso, feel your life, feel the breath and the heartbeat, everything moving around inside you. Thank yourself for taking this time to do something nice for you. And I thank you all for letting me lead you through your practice. Namaste.